Sealed in, the nurses watch at Whispering Pines, nursing home in Plain-Dealing, Louisiana, shelters behind a fortress of tall pines, the building shaped like a sturdy capital I. The bright front hall welcomes the living. The long middle hall is restless with staff and residents. The short back hall rests in shadow, holding 4 rooms, memories, and a quiet tension that ebbs and flows with every night shift. Diana, the night supervisor, is a legend among staff. 36 years on nights, presiding over the front nurses' station with steady eyes and an iron resolve. Maggie Carter is new, young, watchful, full of wonder and nerves. Her station is at the far end, where the back hallway meets the middle, just close enough to see Diana's distant shape under fluorescent light. On Diana's first night mentoring Maggie, she shared her warning. If they seem afraid, listen first. Some things here don't answer to alarms. And don't worry if you see someone in the mirrors after midnight. The staff here remember her, even if she's been gone a long time. At shift change, the building grew unusually quiet. Residents in the back hall retreated to their rooms early, avoiding the common area. Maggie made evening rounds, scribbling notes, keeping her flashlight handy. Amid the routines, Maggie started to notice strange details. Medicines returned to carts, linens folded tighter than she'd left them, call lights quietly reset without explanation. Residents stopped gossiping after sundown, and sometimes clutched their hands in their laps in perfect silence as if waiting, not for sleep, but for inspection. One night, at exactly 11:44 p.m., a powerful chill swept through the back hall. Someone, was moving, just out of sight. Maggie passed Mrs. Nettie's doorway and caught her muttering, "Be good. She hates trouble." Down the hall, Mr. Green didn't dare speak above a whisper. Diana watched the monitors. In the reflection of glass above her station, a stern, pale woman in a nurse's cap seemed to stand behind Maggie for just an instant, her eyes sharp, mouth a tight line. The air felt thick with expectation. The old intercom crackled once, not static, but a single word. Quiet. Later that night, Maggie found herself double-checking everything, tucking sheets tight, smoothing pillows, making sure every medication cup was exactly in place. In every room, a hush held. The residents, even the most talkative, sat upright and still. Maggie soon learned from Diana about the one they all called Miss Alma, a head nurse from decades past, strict to the point of legendary, respected even by those who'd chafed at her rules. She ran this place like a ship in a storm, all rules, no shortcuts. Some say she'd show up behind you if you tried to skip steps. Diana told her quietly. It became a pattern. Each night near midnight, some current of discipline swept the back hall. The fire doors would hiss closed, the air would tighten. In each mirror, over a sink, or the glass of the nurse's window, Maggie swore she caught a strict face watching her, an authority that made her shoulders square and her pulse race. And as the hours crawled by, Maggie did her work with care she'd never practiced before, bed checks spotless, charting so precise even Diana noticed. Once, while straightening a blanket, she saw the shape of a nurse's cap in the slanted gleam of her med cart, and paused, heart pounding. The presence faded, but the impression never left. Near 3, the lights flickered. In every mirrored surface, over a sink, in the glass of the nurse's window, sometimes in the polished metal of a medication cart, Maggie swore she saw a stern woman's face watching, her expression unchanging and silently assessing. On her last pass down the back hall, the temperature finally began to rise. The call light settled. Residents seemed to sigh in unison and let themselves rest, as if dismissed from inspection at last. Maggie paused in the silent hallway, her nerves raw, feeling the weight of discipline giving way to tentative relief. At her post, Diana gave her a nod, subdued, knowing. When dawn spread gold through the pine trees, the old unease faded with the shadows. The building seemed almost ordinary again, the only signs of the night's tension, the perfectly folded linens, the neat arrangement of charts, and the quiet among residents as they woke. Later, as Diana handed off the shift to the morning crew, she glanced toward the back hall and quietly remarked to Maggie, "You did well. She'd be proud, though you might not see it on her face." Maggie, still wary, managed a faint smile, but as she left for home, she caught one last reflection in a window at the exit. The briefest flicker of a nurse's cap and a severe gaze, softened for just an instant by a look of approval, before fading with the first rays of daylight. From that night forward, the nurses at Whispering Pines grew to accept that perfect care. An order were demanded by more than job duty. They were part of an unspoken pact with the past. And after midnight, all who passed through the back hall would work with precision and respect, their every move watched by eyes seen and unseen, keeping restless spirits, living and otherwise, at peace.